city's been quiet lately. Maybe my luck's finally changing.
What makes a good superhero game? Well, what do most people want from a superhero game? They want to be that superhero. They want to feel like they exist in their world, with their lives, their conflicts, goals, and abilities. They want to feel empowered by a particular set of powers, and they want to feel free. By that standard, there are almost no good superhero games. There are games with superheroes in them that are good, but not so many games where you feel like that superhero. Spider-Man 2 from 2004 is a rare example of such a thing. It's not a good game, not by most standards. It's ugly and messy and old, but even now, after all these years, it captures something few games ever have: the experience of being a hero. When it comes to Spider-Man, that experience can be summed up in one word: web slinging. Maybe that's two words, but whatever, it's all you really need to know about Spider-Man. Yes, he's Peter Parker, a smart young man with a passion for photography, science, and the girl next door. Yes, he's got the strength, speed, and agility of a radioactive spider, along with a veritable zoo of enemies that ranges from octopuses to rhinos. And yes, he wears a red and blue onesie when in public. Most of that is in Spider-Man 2, but web slinging, that's what matters. And the web slinging in Spider-Man 2 is glorious. It's the glue that holds the game together. Let loose in an open-world Manhattan, the structure of Spider-Man 2 is just like Grand Theft Auto. Follow these story missions if you want, or take on a world of challenges or side missions if you prefer. An in-game set of stats and achievements pushes you onwards, and in return rewards you with new fighting and traversal moves to make the experience even better. None of the missions themselves are particularly interesting or fun, but they're just rungs on the ladder. The climb is what really matters. The climb is all there is, and when you get to the top, what a view. Even now, just watching the web slinging of Spider-Man 2 gives us chills, and playing it for yourself is something else. With each line you launch attaching itself to a building, the urban jungle of New York City becomes the ultimate obstacle course. You need to think about where you place your webs, because the arc of your swing will affect your speed and momentum. Move through the long, deep canyons of Times Square, and you can build up some serious steam. But you can also make tight corners, and, if you like, stop on a dime. The feeling of falling, then gliding past the streets, running along a wall, or zipping across gaps. It's everything you'd expect it to be, with depth added through the ability to fire 2 lines at once and slingshot yourself across great distances. Fully upgraded, this system is fun for hours at a time, with no goals or objectives whatsoever. It's so much fun. You just wish it was part of a better game. Despite having the cast of the Sam Raimi movie, the writing and voice acting is awful. The textures of almost everything are utterly dull, and worse, they pop in all the time. Manhattan is dead. The music wants to be the film's Danny Elfman score, but it's not. And you'll hear the same voice samples so often, you'll end up switching the sound off.
Oh no, my balloon!
But in a weird way, that's what makes Spider-Man 2 so interesting. It's a game that succeeds in one area so well, you will willfully ignore everything else about it that's gone wrong. It might not be a good game, but somehow it's a good superhero game, and that is definitely worth remembering.